Hey everyone, welcome back to another week of Weekly Pickups of your host, Polished Gaming. Now this week we've got some goodies. I've definitely got a little grail, so stay tuned for that one at the end. But for this starting one here, I'd like to give a shout out to Sam Mudgeway from Respect Retro Gaming. We've got a few games from him this week. First one is Teletubbies. Play with the Teletubbies. Now this is $28. This one sits at a 2 out of 5 on a dealer meter because it sits at $19.12. But this one I couldn't resist. I've never seen this one come up, so I thought, you know, why not? And who doesn't love Teletubbies? Like, honestly, I just remember the rumor about Poe dying in the suit, whether or not that was like a rumor, and I should actually go on Snopes and check it out, but pretty crazy. But yeah, good to see that. Never seen it before, to be honest, so I'm like, thought I'd grab it. Next one here is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Now this one is for the Xbox One, designed for the Series X as well. This one is $18. It sits at a 2.5 out of 5 with this one because it sits at $19.10. Not too bad with that one. Now this one here is WRC6. This one currently is $20 I bought it for, and it sits at 2 out of 5 on a dealer meter because it sits at $13.42. This one's a little bit, I most likely will be upgrading this one because this one is a little bit frayed on the bottom here. It looks like someone's, basically if you hang them out like this, a lot of the times people like get them in EB and they're like that, and see how they're just so low, and so that just, it wears so badly. Every time I see it, I've always got a big thing about, even when I'm in EB and I see it like that, I pull the cover out and I'll fix it. It just annoys the hell out of me that it goes over. But this one looks like it was a little bit not very well looked after. But still, $20, so $20 and 2 out of 5 on the dealer meter because it sits at $13.42. A little bit under, but not too bad. Now, next one here is EA Sports Madden 2005. This one here is actually one of the last ones that I need for the Madden series on the PS2. But this one I got for $10. Sits at a 2 out of 5 on a dealer meter, a 2.5 out of 5, because this one sits at $11.45. I can't remember what, there's something about this where I'm like, I'm going to replace it. Oh yeah, that's right. Just here, it's really weird. You can't see it, but what's happened, if I remove the manual, basically, I don't even know how you would do it, but it's broken inside the case here, like someone stabbed it, and so it's gone right through the cover. So I will be looking at an upgrade on that later on. It just gets added to my list. Now, next one here is, this one here, I didn't actually realize I needed, $20 AFL Live Game of the Year Edition. Now, I've got AFL Live and AFL Live 2. With this one was the Game of the Year Edition, which actually updates the roster for the 2012 season, so, and it includes a Skoda Stadium and the GWS team. So pretty cool. Got it for $20, 2.5 out of 5 on a dealer meter because it sits exactly at $20 on eBay. This one I couldn't even find a price on price charting, so I had to go to eBay Solds. Now, next one here is one that's it's always been on my radar for ages, and I don't even know how I have it. I've completed this game years ago. It's actually quite fun, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or TMNT on this one. But this one I got for $22. It sits at a 2 out of 5 on a dealer meter because it's $14.80. A little bit over, but always see this come up and trade me for around about $30, and I just never wanted to pay it. A little bit of sun fading on there, weirdly enough. Normally you get it here, but just weird that it's just there on that yellow. Odd. Okay, so that's that for Sam Mudgeway. Now, next one here is a whole bundle from Highly Suspect on Trade Me. Now, this one here is, first one is Worms Armageddon Best of Infogrames Strategy cover. So this is the variant cover. I do collect the variants, as I've said before. I do have Worms Armageddon full cover, and this one is my Infogrames. I think there's a Classics, I believe, maybe? If it's an EA game. No, it's not an EA game, so it's not. But yeah, paid $14.62 for this one, 2 out of 5 on a dealer meter because it sits at $15.48. Next one here is Disney Pixar WALL-E. Now this one I bought for $2 and it sits at 3.5 out of 5 because it sits at $10.56. Funny part about this, when I put this in the system, let's see, I'm pretty sure, because I don't have it under WALL-E, I have it under Disney because it goes under Disney. Just check this for a second here. No, I'm missing on there. Okay, so I've got it on DS, PS2, Xbox 360. I feel like I've got it on Xbox. I think I've got like a 4 systems this game, so not a terrible game. I completed it on the 360. It's not bad, but I wouldn't rave about it. Next one here is the European Series Ferrari Challenge. What is it? How did they say it? Because it's Trofeo Pirelli. Now this one is yeah, I paid for this one $3.25. It sits at a 3 out of 5 on a dealer meter because it sits at $11.03. Not bad, not too bad. Ferrari game. I always kind of see those games and I'm like, I like the Ferrari kind of games. Next one here is Master of Illusion. And now this one I paid $2 for, and it sits at a 3 out of 5 on a dealer meter because it sits at $11.83. This has to be the weirdest game I've ever seen in terms of packaging. Not for individual sale, like it came with something, and I tried to look this up and I cannot find anything about why it's an individual sale. Secondly, There is not a single screenshot on that. I've never seen a game where they've got no screenshots. Heck, you even go back to, let's just go, Miss Pac-Man, screenshots. You go over to here, Double Dragon, screenshots. Like, everything's got screenshots except for this game. I honestly feel like it's one of the only games in my system that doesn't have screenshots. If there's another game that's like it, I possibly do, but I've never seen it before. Weirded me out when I saw it. I thought it was like kind of maybe a, I thought it might have been a, what are they called? Cover only, when they do it for promotional purposes. I thought it might have been a promotional game. I was like, but it wasn't. So weird. If anyone has any info on that, why that's a not for individual sale, I'll be very interested in that, to be honest. Race Driver Grid, and this one is, I bought this one for $7.50. Now, this one's a little bit more expensive. I got this on a 4 out of 5 on a dealer meter this week because it sits at $35.52. Almost getting a 5 out of 5. It gets quite high on that one. I've got that on multiple systems as well. I've got that on, where else have I got that? On 360, all of the 360 ones. Next one here is Tech, the Great Juju Challenge. I've also got this on PS2. This one here is $2. I paid for it and got it for and it's a 3.5 out of 5 on a dealer meter because it sits at $15.03. Not bad for the DS titles this week. And the next one here is the Croods Prehistoric Party. This one is $7.50. I paid for it and it sits at a 2.5 out of 5 because it sits at $10.99. Close to more on the lines of what it actually goes for. Next one here is Nat Geo Quiz Wildlife. Now this one here is completely in English, and this one here is $5.50. I paid for it, and it goes to 2.5 out of 5 because it sits at $10.98. Now last of the wee stuff here is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Double Agent. Now this one I got for $4.60, and it sits at a 3 out of 5 on the dealer meter because it sits at $11.53. Now this is the moment you've been waiting for, the Grail piece. What have I got? What have I got? Actually, I just realised I've got it in a protector, and it's going to shine. So I'm going to take it out of the protector. Oh, this thing's so beautiful. Here, you wait for this. Cue the music, please. Yeah, boy. I have been after this for ages. Like, I'm talking ages. I've seen it come up for $450. I've seen it go for $500. He dollar reserved this one, highly suspect, so absolutely out of his mind to dollar reserve it, but he got good prices on most of the stuff. He even got $610 for crystal. It's crazy. But this cost me $405 from a dollar reserve. I think it sits at a 5 out of 5 on a dealer meter because it's $547.83 on price charting. This is a very, very hard copy to get. Not only that, it's hard as to get it in an OzPal variant. On top of that, it is primo extremo condition. Like, I'll even show you the manual inside it. Oh, let's have a look. I mean, the only thing that I can see is that it's got a tag sticker on the top, just a little bit of wear. But you look at this. First, look at that car. Absolutely pristine. Then look at this. There is not a blemish on there. Little bit of kind of wear, but not really. Like, that is clean. Absolutely clean. And to get that is off my list is absolutely cool. It's wicked. With that, that actually concludes my subset of Game Boy Color games for Pokemon. So that's every single. So now I've got every single Game Boy Original, every single Game Boy Color. I'm missing one advanced title, which is Fire Red, and still a few DS and 3DS titles left. I've got all in N64. I've got all the Wii. I've got all the Wii U. Don't have all the GameCube. Still missing Gale and Pokemon Channel. But other than that, and there's a few that I'm still missing on the Switch, but that's neither here nor there. They're pretty easy to get. I am missing Shield for the expansion, which is a little bit hard to get. But other than that, I will find it. I'm pretty patient with this kind of stuff, and I don't try to overpay. But if I see it and it's there, and I might pay a little bit over just to get it. But yeah, that's me for this week. Like I say, stoked with that one. That's absolutely my pal on that one. I'm stoked with Highly Suspect on that. And I'm watching a lot of the stuff because he is literally selling. He's pretty much selling the collection that he went over to Melbourne to go buy. So it's a lot of stuff. That's why I've got DS stuff, and there's some. Most of it's pretty clean too. Like the guy obviously cared for his games and was a collector and a player, so stoked to get it. But yeah, that's me for this week. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that notification bell, get notified on all my videos. Don't forget to comment on anything. Like, just comment. I'm always absolutely keen to respond to comments and everything like that. Loving the fact that the subscribers keep going up. The view count's still staying the same, but hey, we're just doing it for the fun of it, aren't we? And that's the thing. To give you guys a little bit of insight into what my hobbies are. But yeah, that's me for this week, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.